Fearless doesn't mean no fear. Fear is part of the human condition, right? But fear is something that's really interesting because we make decisions because we're afraid. And they are quite possibly the very worst decisions that we can make. They're knee-jerk, they're reactive, and we tend to regret them. And I've found that if you turn on the lights and you open the closet, that the boogeyman isn't really so scary. And so what we're doing is we're shining a light on these things, right? We're saying, let's name our fear. Let's be willing to look at it. Let's be willing to study it. Let's let it lose its hold over us. And I think what's happening all around is that parents are having these aha moments. And sometimes you need more than one. I know I did. I had my first one when my son had jaundice, and he was just born. And so I had just given birth, and they discharged us, and then they admitted my son. And so here I am sleeping on the floor because I'm not a patient anymore. Every time I stood up, my stitches ripped, it was terrible. And they had him under the billy lights, and I couldn't hold him. And they just had those lights there. Every few hours they'd come in, and they would poke his heel, test his blood. And after about 2 days of this, I said, I've had it. And I went to them and I said, we're going home. And they said, you can go home. Your son can't come home. Your baby has to stay here. And I said, no, my baby's coming with me. It's my baby. And they said, no, we'll call Child Protective Services. You can't take your baby. So here I was, a brand new mother, and I'm thinking, what the hell do you do, right? It's, they've scared the hell out of me. They're saying that, my baby could die if I don't let the baby stay here. So one more day of this, and I turned to my husband and I said, I've had it. And I went to them and I said, I'm taking my baby home. Go ahead, call whoever you want. And they said, well, luck has it that you can actually take your baby home. And, it's sort of interesting to me because I don't know what would have happened. But what I do know is at that moment, that fierceness, right? That sort of, this is my baby, And so I wish I had held on to that feeling when I had it because it slipped away again. What we do is we listen to the experts and we start asking them for permission, right? We say, can I start solids at 4 months? Is it okay? We start giving away our power in a million little ways. And then something happens where we then say, oh my God, this is my kid. I own it. I make the call. It's my kid. It's my choice and it's my privilege to parent. And so that's what we're about, right? We're in touch with this feeling of being fearless, recognizing that we're going to have to take a leap of faith. It doesn't feel good all the time. It feels really scary. But that when we start honoring our instincts, we're going to do a whole lot better.